In today's world of swipes, likes, and fleeting conversations, being a true gentleman isn't just rare, it's revolutionary. While others chase attention, a real man commands respect. Welcome to Modern Dating, a gentleman's guide, where old-school charm meets modern confidence, and where the right approach still makes all the difference. Modern dating. It's faster, flashier, and more confusing than ever before. Apps promise love at the swipe of a finger. Texts replace real conversations. Ghosting has become more common than good mornings. In a world where attention spans are shrinking and genuine connections feel harder to come by, many wonder, is being a true gentleman still relevant? The answer? Now, more than ever. You see, in today's dating scene, being a gentleman isn't just about opening doors or picking up the check. It's about standing out in a sea of mindless matches and surface-level conversations. It's about showing character in a world that often prioritizes convenience over commitment. Respect, integrity, kindness, these qualities aren't outdated. They're rare. And rare things? They're valuable. Modern dating rewards those who are confident without being arrogant, respectful without being passive, and charming without being manipulative. Because while trends change, the desire for real connection doesn't. Women today are looking for more than just someone who looks good in a profile picture. They're looking for authenticity, leadership, emotional intelligence, all the hallmarks of a true gentleman. Being that man doesn't mean playing games or following cheap pickup tactics. It means leading with your best self, with confidence, respect, and intentionality. So if you're tired of the noise, the mixed signals, and the dating burnout, you're in the right place. Welcome to Modern Dating, a gentleman's guide. Let's dive into what it truly means to stand out, the right way. So what exactly separates a true gentleman from just another guy in today's dating scene? It comes down to three core qualities: respect, communication, and confidence. Simple in theory, rare in practice. Let's break it down. First, respect. Respect is the foundation, not the flashy, performative kind that disappears once the first date ends, but genuine, lived respect for the person across from you. Picture this. You're on a first date at a cozy cafe. She's telling a story about her career dreams, her latest book obsession, or maybe even her crazy dog. You could half listen, nod at the right times, and check your phone under the table like half the world does. Or you could lock eyes, truly listen, and treat her words like they matter. Because they do. Respect isn't just about gestures, it's about attention. It's about making someone feel seen and heard in a world where so many feel invisible. And trust me, when you're the man who truly listens, you stand out more than any fancy car or curated dating profile ever could. Next, communication. Modern dating thrives and dies on communication. Miscommunication, vague texting, and ghosting are practically an epidemic. Being a gentleman today means being clear, honest, and direct, without being aggressive or overbearing. Imagine this. After a great first date, instead of playing it cool for 3 days, you text her that night. Not a wide at 2 a.m., but a real message. Hey, I had a great time tonight. I'd love to see you again. Simple, straightforward, respectful. It might not sound groundbreaking, but in a world obsessed with mind games, clear communication is a superpower. It builds trust, it shows maturity, and it signals that you're serious about connection, not just attention. Now let's talk about confidence. There's a misconception that confidence means dominating the conversation, flexing achievements, or coming off larger than life. But true confidence? It's quiet. It's steady. It's the ability to be comfortable in your own skin without needing constant validation. Think about this. You walk into a dinner date. The restaurant is louder than you expected, your reservation got lost, and the waiter accidentally spills water on your jacket. You might panic, get flustered, let it ruin the vibe. But the gentleman version of you? He smiles, laughs it off, keeps the energy light. Maybe even says, "Hey, at least now we've got a story to tell." That's real confidence, staying grounded when things don't go perfectly. Because in dating, like in life, things won't always go perfectly. And how you handle those moments? That's what leaves a lasting impression. Confidence is also about pursuing what you want, respectfully. It's about saying, "I'm interested in you," without playing it cool to the point of being forgettable. It's about asking her out, and if she says no, handling it with grace, not resentment. Respect, communication, confidence. They're simple, but they're powerful. And when you weave them into your dating life, not as tactics, but as part of who you are, everything changes. You stop blending in with the crowd. You stop chasing validation. You start creating real connections. Connections built on something deeper than algorithms and perfectly edited photos. Connections that actually have the potential to last. Being a gentleman today doesn't mean living in the past. It means leading with values that are timeless and adapting them to a modern world that needs them more than ever. So the next time you're wondering, what makes me different from every other guy out there? Remember, it's not about having the perfect pickup line. It's not about making the biggest impression. It's about making a real one. One genuine moment of connection will always be more powerful than 1,000 rehearsed ones. And that's the real edge in modern dating. Every journey has a pivotal moment, a chance to either rise above or blend back into the crowd. In dating, it often happens when things don't go perfectly. Because let's face it, first dates rarely do. Imagine this. You've met someone incredible, smart, beautiful, magnetic, the kind of woman who actually makes you forget to check your phone. You plan a great evening, a trendy rooftop restaurant, candles flickering, the city skyline behind you. Perfect. But when the night arrives, reality hits. The restaurant double books your reservation. You end up waiting outside for 45 minutes. It's noisy, it's chaotic, and to top it off, the server spills her drink 5 minutes into sitting down. A scene straight out of a bad rom-com, minus the laugh track. Now, here's the real test. Most guys would crumble here. They'd get flustered, frustrated, maybe even start blaming the staff or making excuses. But a gentleman? He sees opportunity where others see disaster. You smile. You crack a joke to lighten the tension, something self-deprecating but charming. Well, this date's already unforgettable. Might as well make it legendary. You help her dry off, you don't make a scene, you stay calm, collected, even a little playful. Because you know something most people forget. It's not about the setting, it's about the feeling you create. By handling the chaos with grace, you make her feel comfortable, safe, and most importantly, valued. She's not worrying about the soggy tablecloth or the bad service anymore. She's focused on you and how you made her feel seen even in the middle of a mess. Later, as you stroll together under the streetlights, laughing about your shared terrible first date, you realize something. Moments like these aren't setbacks, they're opportunities. Opportunities to show character. Opportunities to show resilience. Opportunities to show that you're not just another guy trying to impress her. You're the real deal. A gentleman doesn't just handle the highs with style, he handles the lows with even more. He doesn't panic when things go wrong. He adapts, he leads, he reassures. Not because he's trying to impress, but because that's who he is. And that's what sets him apart. When the night ends, it's not the fancy restaurant she'll remember. It's the way you made her laugh when everything fell apart. It's the way you never let the night lose its magic, even when reality tried to steal it away. Because in modern dating, the real currency isn't likes or followers. It's emotional experience. How you make someone feel in the messy, unfiltered moments. That's what builds real attraction. That's what builds trust. Being a gentleman isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about character under pressure. It's about knowing that anyone can create a great night when everything goes right. But only a real man can create a memorable one when nothing does. That's the difference. And that's your advantage. So next time chaos shows up uninvited on a first date, smile, because you're ready. And you know, this is where true connections are made. Looking back on that night, the chaos, the laughter, the unexpected twists, something becomes clear. It wasn't the perfect plan that made the difference. It was the way you responded when things went off script. That first date, messy as it was, became a turning point. Because in handling the imperfections with poise and humor, you showed her something rare, something she didn't even realize she was searching for. You showed her leadership without arrogance. You showed her kindness without expectation. You showed her confidence without the need to control every moment. And that impact, it lingers. Days later, when she's telling her friends about the date, she's not raving about the view from the rooftop. She's talking about the guy who made her feel calm when everything was chaotic. The guy who didn't get flustered, didn't blame, didn't fold under pressure. The guy who made her laugh when she could have cried. That's the story that sticks. That's the feeling that grows. And that's what lays the foundation for something real. Because dating isn't about achieving flawless moments. It's about revealing character through imperfect ones. And here's the real lesson. Anyone can memorize lines. Anyone can book the right restaurant. But very few can lead with presence, respect, and grace when it matters most. Being a gentleman didn't just save the date. It created a connection built on trust, emotional safety, and mutual admiration. It turned what could have been a forgettable night into the beginning of something genuine. And even if that particular relationship doesn't last forever, the lesson will. Because every date, every interaction, is a chance to practice showing up as the man you're proud to be. Not for validation, not for approval, but because that's who you are. And that's how a gentleman leaves a lasting mark, not just in dating, but in life. At the end of the day, modern dating isn't about mastering clever lines or chasing trends. It's about returning to something timeless, something powerful, being a gentleman. It's about leading with respect, truly valuing the person in front of you, not just the attention they can give you. It's about mastering communication, saying what you mean, meaning what you say, and building trust through honesty, not games. And it's about carrying yourself with confidence, not the loud, boastful kind, but the quiet certainty that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. In a world that often feels rushed, distracted, and superficial, these traits don't make you old-fashioned. They make you unforgettable. Because while apps, trends, and dating culture will keep evolving, the desire for genuine connection never goes out of style. And the men who understand that, they don't just find relationships. They build something lasting. When you lead with presence, when you stay composed through chaos, when you make her feel truly seen, truly heard, truly valued, you're doing more than standing out. You're setting a new standard. Being a gentleman today isn't about going backward. It's about raising the bar. It's about showing the world and yourself that true strength lies not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. So as you navigate this fast-paced, ever-changing dating world, remember, you don't need to play games to win. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You just need to be intentional, present, and real. Because authenticity, character, kindness, those are the things that will always, always matter. Modern dating will keep changing. But being a gentleman, that will always be the ultimate advantage. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the most memorable dating experience you've had? The good, the bad, or the unforgettable? Share your story in the comments below. Your experiences could inspire, teach, or just bring a few laughs to someone else on their journey. And if you're ready to level up your approach to dating, relationships, and personal growth, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Here, we're building a community of modern gentlemen, men who are intentional, confident, and committed to becoming their best selves. New insights, real conversations, and powerful tools to sharpen not just your dating life, but your life as a whole. It's all coming your way. So stick around. Your journey to becoming the gentleman you're meant to be is just getting started.